do you think Vladimir Putin will make Viktor Yanukovych as the new president of Ukraine? And also, why has, apart from Russia, not a single country criticized the genocide in Donbas? So, it doesn't matter who is installed as the new president of Ukraine. It will be somebody who will be favorably disposed towards Russia. It could be Mr. Yanukovych or some other puppet president. There's no other way of looking at it. It's going to be a puppet. It's going to be a person who will report, who will be absolutely 100% loyal to Mr. Putin. That's just how it goes. That is the brutal truth of geopolitics. Right? You install puppet governments. So the other question is, apart from Russia, why has nobody criticized the genocide in Donbas? That has not been reported at all. There has been a war going on in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine since 2014. And there have been all kinds of atrocities that have been perpetrated on the Russian-speaking people of this region by various Ukrainian armed militias, whether it's the regular armed forces or the various neo-Nazi militias. And yeah, you could consider it to be genocide, definitely. And the West has deliberately ignored that. The West has a track record of selectively reporting things and selectively ignoring certain things. We know what's been happening in Tibet since the 1950s. A proper genocide. Does the West ever talk about it? They talk about the Uyghurs. The Uyghurs are very convenient these days as a stick to beat China with. But why has the West never spoken about Tibet? Because it doesn't want to. Why does the West not speak about the genocide that's happening in Yemen right now? Who is doing it, by the way? Find out. There's a genocide happening in Yemen right now. Civilians are being bombarded from the skies. And they don't speak about it. Most of you may not even know about the fact that this is happening right now as we speak. Right? And similarly, the genocide in Donbas has never been reported upon. Nobody even knows that it happened. So this is the true face of the Western media, the mainstream media, even the Indian media, by the way. All right? So there are certain Indian news channels that are, these days, they are reporting the Ukraine war 24/7, right? There are 2 or 3 channels that are doing that. Unfortunately, I will not take names of the names of the channels, but the reporting is from a Western perspective. It's not from the Indian perspective. It is completely biased towards the NATO perspective. So we don't have an Indian perspective at all in the Indian media. They are simply puppets of the West. That's what we are seeing. Some of these media channels, I am told, are trying to tone down that very visible tilt towards the West and try to be a little bit more balanced, but it's not really working. So that's what you see, right? So that's the truth about the media. They will report. Their reporting is biased. It is selective, and they omit whatever is not convenient.